Hi, welcome to Freaky Friday. I'm Harry.
You have been chosen. I am ever chosen!
The chaos filth.
Oh, you know what? I haven't enjoyed my chaos for a long time.
No.
And if anyone's seen on Facebook or Instagram, I have got Archeon. Or there was that one Slash game where I did use it.
No, it's one Slash game. You paid the points and I kicked him off the table before I could blink. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes. So, the Slaves to Darkness book is out.
For pre-order.
For pre-order right now. Apologies this didn't go out sooner. We've had a lot on and I've had to furiously paint up a squad of Varangard to make up points. However, it is thematic, and after reading this book, I am going to run Archeon and Varangard reasonably often, I think.
Yes.
So you won't see a massive expansion to the Slaves of Darkness, but listen, the new models are out, or available for pre-order, and that Start Collecting box is fantastic. Like, the new Lord, so cool, and of course the new Knight and Warrior models.
Yes.
Very, very good. So of course the Slaves to Darkness army would not be complete without Archeon.
No.
And what better opponent to choose?
Another preview. Another debut.
The Slayer of Kings.
Yeah.
Has
Finally
its
going to
target.
get them on the table, and believe it or not, our two armies, they've got so little models considering what we usually run, you know.
They're actually, I've got 2 Chaos Chariots, right, and if I had 15 Knights instead of just 5, mine and Lucy's army would have been incredibly similar.
Yeah, so it is 2k, but it's so few, like, we've both got models that cost over 100.
Yeah, Archeon's gone up.
That's just coming.
So you've probably seen some of the stuff that's been previewed for Archeon, like that dice roll that lets you know a turn ahead whether or not you're going first or second.
Mm-hmm.
Which a lot of people, there's a lot of arguments over how it's going to be ruled in competitive scenes. I'll show you guys on camera, obviously I'll keep it myself and not show Lucy, but the question is, will the Slayer of Kings slay Nagash, or will Archeon get hand of dusted? Honestly, it's unless it goes one way or the other, I don't think it's a good fight.
No.
So we shall see what's going to happen. But if I know I'm getting that double turn, you know I'm charging him. There's a lot of cool stuff in here about the auras. Heroes can basically have an aura depending on what mark of chaos they are, and basically they buff them. Archeon's extends to 18 inches. You have to pick one mark. Obviously, with Archeon having all marks, you have to choose one to benefit from the aura. Of course, it wouldn't be right if it wasn't Khorne.
No, you have
I've chosen Khorne, and you'll see why when I go through the list. But listen, there is a lot of rule changes and clarifications in here. There is multiple warbands, and there's a lot of cool stuff in here. But you know, go and check out the book review. I'll do a book review later.
Yeah, it will be getting done.
But let's go and have a look at these two brutal forces. So here we go. This is 2,000 points on the nose, and there's not a lot.
No.
There is not a lot. So I do actually have technically 4 battle lines, right? Now, apologies about this Gore Beast here. It is actually a Chaos Chariot. I want to give a massive shout out to Big Dog 6 who actually sent me 2 more horses. I didn't have time to paint them, unfortunately, but it will change. So we've got 2 Chaos Chariots and a unit of 5 Knights. And then because I am running Host of the Everchosen, the Varangard become battle line.
Okay.
So that is 4 battle line choices, very much straight up. These guys, I know there's been a lot of debate on Facebook already about the weapons. I am going ensorcelled weapons, which is 6 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounded on 3s, -1, 1 damage. Yeah, there is potential to do more damage with the spears or the demon weapons, but there is a reason I've gone for the ensorcelled weapons this time, and we'll get to that. We've got a War Shrine, which is now basically a priest, so it goes off on a 3+, and you can actually choose one of 5 different ones, which is the 4 gods plus Undivided. The Undivided one is actually quite cool. The Khorne one is also going to be very helpful in this. So we're saying they've all got the mark of Khorne just to keep it simple.
Yeah.
We've got a Sorcerer Lord on Manticore, and he is also going to be taking one of the very specific spells. which is Ruinous Vigor. Pick a friendly Slaves to Darkness monster wholly within 12 of him, and until your next hero phase, use the top bracket.
I use that. I've never actually used it, but I always give one of me dragons it and me cheaters.
Yep.
And it can be very handy.
There's a command ability for the Beast Called Raiders to do that as well.
Yeah.
So to get him back fighting on top bracket is pretty decent. So that is the majority of the force. Of course, there is the Chosen One himself.
Big ear.
And I'm going to take a spell with him called Spite Tongue Curse. And you're going to like this one, Lucy. It has a casting value of 3.
Oh, of course.
And you pick an enemy unit within 12, and you suffer 3 mortal wounds.
Okay.
However, if it is unsuccessfully cast, or if it is unbound, I take the 3 mortal wounds.
That's nasty on you. That's shocking.
Well, considering you're going to unbind it...
That in general, that is ridiculous, that spell. Like, at least make a D3 for you, instead of flat.
Nope. The reason Archeon has it is because he ignores spells and mortal wounds on a 4+. That's why Archeon has it. So at least I've got some protection over it.
Yeah.
His rules have changed. I think the Spell Eater rule from the Zinch head is gone. Is he better? I don't think his War Scroll is much different, but the fact of all the buffs that you can now get is pretty good. For example, if I am going for the Aura of Khorne, I get to reroll hit rolls of a 1 whilst I'm within 12 inches, 18 because of Host of Everchosen and Archeon being my general. I get to reroll hit rolls of a 1.
That's good.
That synergizes with these, because obviously more attacks hitting on rerolling the 1s helps. They also get +1 to hit if Archeon is on the table. So 2's rerolling 1s. And if your general has the Aura of Khorne, you can reroll wound rolls of a 1 as well. So that's why I have gone for the Mark of Khorne.
Exactly.
So they'd be wounded on 3s, rerolling 1s.
And isn't this something you can get them like +1 damage?
Yes. So, in the Host of the Everchosen, you pick one of the 8 circles of chaos, and all your Varangard units get that keyword, so 1st, 2nd, 3rd. I am going for the 6th circle, and the reason I'm going for the 6th circle is because if any Varangard units make a charge move, you add 1 to the damage. So they become damage 2 on the charge. They can also fight again once per game.
Yeah.
So that's suddenly 6 attacks, hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s at -1 for 2 damage each. The spears are decent, don't get me wrong, which they will go up to 3 damage, but you don't get the same amount of attacks, and I feel like the ensorcelled weapons are a lot more consistent at damage.
Yeah.
Again, the demon weapons is handy, but you've got less attacks, and of course the addition out mortal wounds. So that is what I am going for in my force today. They are going to be the 6th circle Varangard, and the artifact, because as far as I can see, there's no artifact on the Host of the Everchosen, so I would still get to pick one, is going on him. There's not really any that benefit casters, so he'll just hit the Ethereal Amulet.
Okay.
So, yeah, and that is my entire force. That is 1950 plus 50 points for a command point. But the reason I've gone Host of the Everchosen is because Nagash, Archeon can choose a unit if he's on the battlefield, and if you do so, you can reroll hit and wound rolls of a 1 made by melee weapons for friendly Host of the Everchosen units that target that unit, and that's infinite range. So not only does he have an 18-inch bubble of reroll hits and wounds of 1, he can pick a unit that's out of that bubble and say, you guys go and deal with that one.
Yeah.
On top of that,
painted as well.
the Khorne Prayer from them
Right.
does very similar as well.
Wonderful.
Yes. It's a shame that my only heavy hitters are really the Varangard and these.
Yeah.
But still, that's not too shabby. So yeah, 1950 points plus a command point. Archeon generates an additional command point at the start of hero phase, so I get 2 at the start of each hero phase. So I'm probably going to be using a lot of command points. I probably won't need all-out attack though, because I'm rerolling a lot of my 1s to hit anyway. So let's see who Archeon has his eye on. Dun dun dun!
About time they hit the channel. So we have 19...
I just want to point out, you have actually had Nagash painted for quite some time.
I have, and then I started working on the rest of my Nagash army, Legions of Nagash, and then Flesh Eaters came along. And then...
no, it was Nighthaunt.
Nighthaunt,
Yeah.
Flesh Eaters, and then Bonereapers. So I just kept forgetting about the Legion of Nagash. But he's on the table today.
He is.
So we have him, obviously. We have the Liege Cavalos.
Yep.
We have the Morghast. They have the Hellbard.
Halberd.
Yeah, but they are the Hairbringer ones, so they can charge 3d6.
Yep.
Battle line, we have 2 units of Death Riders, a 5-man and a 10-man, and a 10-man unit of Skeletons. Mortec Guard.
And you told me off for calling them skeletons. And of course we've got the Bone-Tide Nexus.
They're not quite finished to what I would usually do, but...
It's enough. You know what, that took me ages to do that.
I know.
I would say tell me your spells, but Nagash knows them all.
Yeah, wait. I am taking a Lords, the
Ossiarch Lords.
It's basically everything can run and charge. The artifact, sorry, he can use 3d3 additional for his unstoppable charge ability. The command ability is, I can't remember it, but
It's the one for Stalios.
Yeah, that's it.
Ossiarch Lords, anyway.
Yeah. And yes, Nagash knows all the spells from the spell law of the Bonereapers. So, and he can cast 3 minimum, and then depending on when he's wounded. So if I get first turn, he can cast up to 8. And I've been looking through the spell laws and picked out some really quite nice pretty ones that I'm going to try and do. So yes, debut for these, it's not much, it's a lot of the same. Like, I've used the Morghast before, but it's a new army. I don't want to go too.
There's only a couple of units there, and obviously I've only got a couple as well. But you know, Archon's on the table. Nagash has got to go for him.
Yeah.
So let's see what this battlefield is going to entail. Right guys, welcome back after deployment. Lucy won the roll-off. She had 6 drops.
Yep.
I had 7.
You did.
So, the mission today is Gift from the Heavens, which means at the start of battle round 2, a comet can come down, and then we have to move and score it.
Yep.
As it stands though, because Lucy finished deploying first, she gets to choose.
I am going to go first, but you know, he had a feeling I would, so that's what he did.
I've deployed further back just in case, because she's got a lot of spells that are range 24, which technically you still wouldn't have been able to cast even if I was right at the front, but the fact that these guys can move 12, is it?
Yep, non-move 12, I can run and charge because of the Lords.
Ossiarch Lords.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's finished when you say Lords. It's like there's another word after. But they have a neck.
The banner?
Yeah, the banner, and it means +1 to run and charge.
Yeah. So no. And when they can potentially charge 18 inches, I was like, nope, I'm going to stay back.
3d6 charge as well.
Yeah. So.
Yep, so I'm going to go first.
Right, let's see what Lucy's going to do first. So, first things first.
My Bone-Tide Nexus. I am picking the Punishment of Ignorance. We pick an enemy wizard within 36 on a 2+. They are -1 from casting, dispelling, and unbinding until my next hero phase.
And who are you choosing?
The blue dude. I know what he's called, but I can't say it.
The blue dude, Archeon or the sorcerer?
The sorcerer.
Okay.
The blue, the doggy thing.
Manticore.
Yeah, 2+. Why?
So he's -1 to cast.
He's certainly.
That's fine. That's fine.
my hero.
So I just want to point out as well, the rules for this state that it is technically set up before the rest of the terrain,
Yeah.
and it has to be more than 3 inches from an objective,
And
6 inches from the battlefield edge. Then you would set the terrain up after.
yeah.
So that's why it is within range of that.
If it's being clarified somewhere else, please let us know politely. Nothing worse than people being rude online. So, Relentless Discipline points. I get 1 for every hero.
So 2.
2. I get 1 for a liege.
3.
3. And then I roll a dice for every unit, including heroes, and 6 plus. So I've got 6 units.
Yep. So you're currently at 3.
Yeah, and any 6 I give another 1. So 1 more.
So you get 4.
Yeah. Okay, so hero phase. The first thing I've done is I've spent 1 of my Relentless Discipline points for Archean's Nagash's command ability Supreme Lord of the Undead, which my entire army now rerolls hits of a 1 and saves of a 1 until my next hero phase.
Which, bear in mind, Nagash can cast Mystic Shield 8 times. He now doesn't need to.
No.
Right, so first spells. Most of the aggressive ones are out of range.
They are, unfortunately. So I need to keep him alive for next turn. But spell 1, he is going to cast Arcane Command, which I receive D3 extra Relentless Discipline points. So he's unwounded. So he's +3 to cast, if I'm reading that right.
Yep, and what does he need to cast this?
5.
So basically a double 1, you still get it. So that's a 9 becomes a 12, so I can't stop it.
Yep, and D3, you're too far away anyway, aren't you? Oh,
No.
it's 30, isn't it?
It's 30 for Sigmar, yeah. 3 more, so she's up to 6. That's not bad. But don't forget, you lose them every turn.
I know. So the next one, I'm going to put Empower Nadrite Weapons on 2. I'm going to put it on this unit, actually.
Okay.
And that means that if unmodified hit on a 5+, it's usually 6+, but it turns into a 5+, but if I put it on a Death Rider unit, on a 6, it's a 4+.
On a 6.
Oh, hang on. Weapons, 2 hits can be scored on unmodified hit roll of a 5 instead of a 6, or a 4 instead of a 6 for a charging Cavalos Death Rider unit attacking with Nandrite Spears.
Which is them.
Yeah.
So 2 hits on a 4+ if they charge.
Yeah, it's normally casting 5, but you know.
Double 1. So you get a 6 becomes a 9. I will try and stop it with Archeon. I fail. I get an 8.
In spell number 3, we are going to go for Reinforced Battle Shield on my unit of guard down there. Casting of 6, so I'll need 3.
Oh!
Nasty. That was a good one actually, because the shields give them a 5+ against mortal wounds. Never mind.
Is that your last spell?
No. He can cast 8. Come on now.
Yeah, I know, but you haven't got anything else that can actually do anything.
I can cast Protection of Nagash on himself.
And what does that do?
It's, you roll a dice each time a wound or mortal wound is allocated. If the caster on a 5+, it's ignored. If the wound or mortal wound are allocated to the caster, they're not negated. The caster is not slain. It can be redeployed.
Wow.
Anywhere on the battlefield. 9
That's
inches.
good. Yeah. Yeah. And what do you need for that then?
6. So
3. So 7 plus 3 becomes a 10. Archeon will use his second attempt. I need an 11. Nope.
So that is pretty good.
Is that all of your spells now?
Yeah, because
Is everything else out of range?
because the mortal contact, it's 18 inches.
Yep. So I think that is hero phase.
And that is movement done. So
What's this?
Look how far they are. They've just come barging, knocking on your door. So they, because of the lords I'm using, they get extra. They can run and charge, so they run D6. Because of the, is it the Necromancer it's called?
Necrosis. It's the banner.
Yeah, they get +1 to the run. So they can run, charge, +1 to the run and charge as well. But then there is a command ability which is so pretty. Unstoppable advance, and you've got to be within certain things, but they've got the Mortec Hecatos in it, so they can move an extra 3 inches.
So 1 relentless discipline means they move 15 inches, run d6 plus 1, and then you're charging 2d6 plus 1.
Pretty much, yeah.
Fan bloody tastic, yeah.
So I don't know, I had a bit of a blonde moment because I forgot they were there, and I'd rather them had charged up.
I did offer to change, but you said no.
No, I made the mistake. I'd rather have these come back and hold the possible objective if it drops around here, and then charge forward. But never mind. To be fair, these have never been on the table before. I want them to see a little bit of action and hopefully not just get wiped off the face of the planet. The battle, anyway. Down here, these ran one piddly little inch. Nagash had jumped forward his 9 anyway.
Oh, do you know there's a command ability to auto run 6 inches?
So I can't use it. Stop trying to make us jealous. So he just jumped forward a little bit and the guys wrapped around. He's not in range to be shooting. Over here, I ran these. I did have them straight forward, but then I was like, no. So I pushed them round a little bit, hoping an objective will come down there.
Yeah.
So that was my movement. I'm down to 5 discipline points, and there will be some more using coming up in combat. I really love this one. These, the guard ones, which is they can reroll all fail saves in the combat phase. It's the phase, not turn, so
Yeah.
I'll be wasting it.
Yeah. Plus, really, you want a bigger unit of guard.
No, you do.
I don't. He's got a tasty one to use in the combat phase on them to give them an extra attack.
He does, yeah. So I think, should we move on to charges?
Yeah. Is this them then?
Yeah, of course.
Please roll bad.
The
9.
This one as well.
So 10.
Yeah, I do not want them in with the Vanguard.
You don't?
No, because they've got the longer reach one, so 2 rolls can reach. Aren't they?
Hang on, you do want them or don't?
Don't. I just want them
Okay.
to take out their chariot and then I know they'll have done something before.
But you get an extra attacks on 4s. But in fairness, you could die.
Yeah, your Vanguard scare me so much.
Varangard.
Vanguard.
So Lucy made the decision to stay away from the Varangard.
I know, I just want them to do, my unit to do something before they kaput.
Me personally, I would have charged in with what she's about to do, but here we go.
So, I'm going to spend a discipline point for the Death Rider's command ability, which is you roll a number of dice equal to the number of models in your unit, and a 5+ it's a mortal wound.
You have to pick one enemy unit, so obviously she's picking the chariot.
Yeah. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 mortal wounds.
Thank you very much.
Reach. So 31 attacks cost the lady gets an extra 1. Hitting on 3s and anything 4, 5s or 6 gets an extra hit.
And you reroll hits of a 1 because of Nagash.
Yes. I'll do the 1s first.
Are you hitting on 3s, did you say? So I'll pull the 3s out, you pull the fails out. And then you need to reroll the 1s.
I do.
So all them are hits with extra attacks. So they're hits with extra attacks. You get to reroll that 1.
You can't reroll a reroll.
That's not a reroll.
It was?
No, you generated an extra attack, you haven't rerolled it. There you go.
So I get double that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Oh wait, 2 of them you already rolled. Sorry, I did that. So you get 14 extra attacks.
8, 10, 12, 13, 14. And I am wounding on 4s.
No, you need to... All the count as hits, don't they?
Yeah.
Right, sorry, that's my bad. But they also hit, you just didn't generate the extra hits.
Right. That means I'll need one out of that because I took...
No, I moved it.
So I'm wounding on 4s. That was... Did you knock that one?
I knocked that over, yeah.
Not as good rolling as I was to hit, but it's quite a few.
And my save is a grand total of a 4+. Oh, look, I'm dead.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah. 5,
6. Plus the mortal wound she did on the charge does kill me. I've only got 7 wounds.
Yeah.
You could
only did something.
You could have took out a whole Varangard with that.
Yeah, 1 whole card still leaves you with 2. Sorry about the big confusion in that.
Okay, so at the start of my hero phase, I generate an additional command point. And Archeon is on the table, so I generate another one.
Automatically.
Automatically. Puts me at 3 command points. Now, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to use Dark Prophecy. You can use this command ability at the start of your hero phase if Archaon is your general, and on the battlefield. If you do so, roll a dice and keep the result hidden from your opponent. Before players determine the result, who has the first turn at the start of the next battle round, you can reveal the result. On a 1 to 3, your opponent must take the first turn, and on a 4 to 6, you must take the first turn. So Lucy is going to look away, or at least shut her eyes.
Yep.
Okay, I'm done.
Did you hide it?
I did. So that now depicts what I'm going to do this turn. Right, so first spell, the Chaos Sorcerer Lord is going to use Winds of Chaos. It's a casting value of 7, so I need a dice roll of an 8 because I'm at -1.
Because of my Bone Nexus.
There we go. And Archaon will Mystic Shield himself. I go it on a 7.
Yeah, why not?
You need a 5 to stop it because you're a +3 in the gap. No?
No.
Wow. Okay, fair enough. And then I have one prayer to make from the actual, what's it called? The shrine.
Yep.
So, I think I'm going to go for Favor of Chaos. No. I'm going to go Favor of Zinch onto the Varangard. So on a 3+, they can reroll saves for attacks that target that unit until the next turn.
Okay.
They've got reroll saves. That's handy. So movement. So movement phase. The Chariot and the Manticore have come forward. Archaon has moved slightly back. He's taken a commanding position, eyeing over the battlefield. The Varangard are going to be going into these guys here. And the Chaos Knights are probably going to charge into this guy. I have spent a command point for by my will on the Chaos Knights, which means that if a model there is removed before he gets to attack, he gets to fight before he's removed. So that's okay. I have no shooting at all.
Does not if they've already fought.
Alright, well, they just get to fight if they're slain.
By a melee weapon.
So that is pretty cool. Archaon also gets to pick a unit to reroll hits and wounds and stuff against anyway for simply having the Host of the Everchosen, called the Will of the Everchosen. However, I'm within 18 inches of everybody that's attacking, so his own Corn Aura will actually do that anyway. Nobody is going outside of that 18-inch reach. Dorgard didn't need to do anything because I'm not wounded, there was no spells nearby, and there was no enemy units within 12. So it's just straight into charges.
No shooting.
No shooting, so these guys are going to charge. Chaos Knights. With a 3, I believe the banner gives them +1. So Lucy's going to look that up. But what I'm also going to do is now charge the Varangard. And with an 8, they'll definitely make it. So yeah, the Horn Blow gives me +1, but I needed the 5. So CP reroll that. There we go, that gets me in on an 8. Well, 9. Right, so you may have shouted about the War Shrine. I did remember it. I rolled it off camera. I didn't even roll a single 6 in typical Harry fashion.
That's the protection of the Dark Gods. So he was mortal units got a 6 up against wound or mortal wound.
Yeah. So the Varangard.
Yes.
6 attacks each. And I'm hitting on 2s because I get +1 thanks to Archaon being on the table. I'm re-rolling 1s because of my Corn Aura. And I am wounding on 3s, re-rolling 1s, again because of the Corn Aura and being the general. So, bearing in mind, Lucy, these are ensorcelled weapons. They are 2 damage apiece because I've charged and I am 6th circle. So, I'm hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. So I hit with everything. See all them 2s. Yeah. Wounding you on 3s, re-rolling 1s. So a couple of 2s. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 saves. at -1. They are normally 1 damage apiece. They are 2 damage apiece because of 6th circle.
5, 10, 15. Alright, so I've got a 4 save, but -1.
-1, so 5 up.
Reroll saves a 1 for
Yep.
the Gash's command. So that's 1. No.
Right, so let's see how many you saved. You actually didn't get a bad roll, Lucy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 16. Oh, you're not wholly within 12.
Oh no, I was waiting for you to click.
So I'm guessing you're going to take the furthest ones away so that your nearest ones are closer.
3 wounds each.
Oh, they've got 3 wounds
Yes,
each.
they do.
So, hang on, each one of them is 2 damage. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So that's 5 and 1's wounded. Wow!
Yeah, just take from the far side, please.
So yeah, they've got 3 attacks each, I forgot that. But then I've got 9 attacks with me hooves all together. So I'm hitting on 4s. It becomes 3s because Archeon is on the table. But I'm rerolling 1s because of my Mark of Corn. Okay, I can live with that. I'm wounding you on, what was it, 4s? 3s, rerolling 1s because of the Mark of Corn. Wow. 3 at no rend, and these will be 2 damage each because I charged.
4 plus. Reroll 1s. No.
So that's 4 more damage, which will kill the next wounded one and drop the next one to 1 wound. Right, so it's then up to Lucy whether she comes back with them.
No, I'm going to go with the Leech. Ah, is it the Vanguard that once per battle they can fight again?
Immediately after they've fought, yes.
You're not doing that.
I'm not doing that yet.
I'll go for the Leech Cavalos. We didn't see it at the time, but I've used the command point to give him an extra attack.
No, you use the Relentless Discipline point because Archeon can actually get free command abilities when your opponent spends a command point, which is great. But when Lucy's not spending command points...
So, he gets an extra attack with everything. So the Commander's Blade, he gets 4 attacks, 3s to hit. Rerolling 1s.
Isn't it a Nadrite weapon as well?
No, it's a Commander's Blade.
Oh, okay. And he doesn't have the Nadrite weapon rule.
No.
Fair enough.
He's got the Battle Shield, but I didn't put the spell on him.
Yeah.
3s to wound. So that's 3 at -1.
That's 3 failed saves. What's the damage?
It's 2 damage.
Oh, so that's 6 damage total, waiting for the shield.
Yep. So he's got the Nadrite Battle Shield. He gets 1 attack, but 2 because of the command ability. 3s. Yay. 4s. 1. No end. 1 damage.
So that's 7 waiting to be saved.
And he gets 6 with the hooves and teeth. So will they get the extra attack?
Yeah.
So yeah. So 7. So 3s. We roll the 1s for Nagash. It's not bad for month. 3s to it's 2 at -1.
Fail them both.
1 damage each.
Right, so that's 9 saves waiting for me 6-ups.
And this is
Wow.
from the shrine.
So I actually only lose 1 Night Lucy.
What?
And then 1 takes 2 wounds. So I'll lose that one so he can pile in and fight, and then he'll...
Isn't that your shield though?
No, they've all got shields.
Oh, right.
So he will pile in and fight with his ensorcelled weapons. He has 3 attacks, 3s and 3s at -1.
Okay, good.
Rerolling 1s plus. So that's 2 wounds. Ensorcelled weapons are -1.
So 4. So that fails, but I've got me 6. Is it 1 damage?
1 damage.
So me 6 up for Deathless. No. I need to find out what that word is.
And then I've got 2 attacks with me trampling hooves. 4s. 1 hit. Doesn't wound.
It's Deathless Warriors.
Right, so just the 1 damage on your Cavalos.
Nope.
No, you've already rolled that.
Oh, right, sorry, I thought... Oh, did you not score one?
No. So has he just took 1 wound?
Yeah.
How many is he down to?
6.
Oh. So unsurprisingly...
I'm going with my riders.
No. I'm going with the War Shrine.
It's my turn. You've just been with your thing.
No, you just went with him and killed one of mine. I fought when I removed him.
Oh, right. I didn't know that.
So it's now my turn. So I'm going to go next with the Chaos War Shrine. And I do have a whole host of attacks coming in to try and do a little bit of damage. Right, so the War Shrine with Sacrificial Blades, 4 attacks, 3s rerolling 1s. This is at the Death Riders, of course. 3s rerolling 1s.
Nice.
That's 4 at -1.
So that's 5 up. Ooh.
2 damage apiece.
Yeah, I don't get the... Will it be in range now?
I'll just double check.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you're within range.
Oh, yay! So I'll get me 6 up, but I need 6.
Yep.
So Deathless Warriors, this is called. No, all go through.
So that's 6 wounds, but then I've still got more attacks, Lucy.
Do.
Flailing Fists from the guys carrying it. 6 attacks total. 4s rerolling 1s.
Nice.
And 3s rerolling 1s. No rend, but 2 damage apiece.
4s.
Rerolling the save of a 1 because of Nagash. So 2 more damage.
6 up.
Yep.
No!
So that's 8 wounds in total. So that'll kill him on 1 wound.
Yep.
6 will kill 2 more guys. Do you want the banner and him and then leave your leader? Because your leader will get 1 more attack.
I will.
And then he drops to 2 wounds remaining.
Is that him with your War Shrine?
That's it with me War Shrine.
He's done good.
That was, you know what? The War Shrine was surprisingly good.
He was, yeah. Mind, your Vanguard did the legwork.
Oh yeah.
Brutal, but they are a lot of points. So
when you consider that they're 100 points each and these are 105 points, which one would you rather take?
as soon as you get to crap. I don't know. Yeah. So 3 attacks. He gets extra 1 for being
the leader, the Hecatos.
Yep. Oh, I'm not going to put his... Yeah, I am, because actually... Oh, it's too late to put it on, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to do it at the start of the combat phase, I think.
So, 3s rerolling 1s.
6 counts as 2 hits.
5 counts as 2 hits.
It didn't charge.
No, that's a 4.
Oh, the spell is still in effect, so yes.
So, they hit anywhere, but I get an extra 1 for them.
Yep.
4s to wound. Rerolling the 1s. Ouch.
Why?
For Nagash.
No.
Oh, not save, sorry. So that failed. Ooh, just the 1.
Minus?
-1.
Oh, and who was this at? Sorry, the Varangard.
Oh, not a spear, there's no rend.
Okay.
Just 1. Yeah, that was pooey.
So back to me.
Yes.
So this knight will now pile in, and I want to fight with them. Right, so the knights with the ensorcelled weapons against your liege Cavalos. 3s rerolling 1s.
Nice.
And then I'm wounding you on 3s rerolling 1s. Oh no, I'm not.
You've come out of range.
I'm more than 18 away. So I'll tell you, I don't know how many 1s I'll drop 2 attacks. I'm just out of pile too far around. So that is 7 attacks at -1. Just 1 damage apiece.
4 up.
That's not good, Lucy.
No, just 1 damage though.
Just 1 damage.
So 6 up deathless.
Leaves them on 1 wound remaining. How many attacks do the horses have though? 2 each. So I've got a total of 8 more attacks. But remember, I've got no rerolls this time. 4s. Yeah, 4s. 2. No rend.
3 up.
Fair dues.
Yep.
Right, so that is battle round 1 over. Lucy doesn't take battle shocks because she's Bone Reapers, and I'm bravery 8. And I'm bravery 8. So, at the start of battle round 2, whoever is going first
rolls the dice to determine where the comet strikes.
on their side. So you don't see the second one until the bottom of the turn.
But
So with that, please do not roll Lucy. I will just go second.
okay.
Right, so objective for Lucy.
Yeah.
5 over that side.
So it's good leaving them there.
Yep.
Just a quick point out, we've already done it, but Nagash can either replenish summonable units or a Bone Reapers up to 3. So he's healed the 1 Death Rider left and healed 3 on the Liege Kavos. And the last little bit we've already done is I picked the Punishment of Agony onto the Shrine on a 4+, he's a -1 to hit, and I got a 6.
On the shrine?
I did. No, on your Vanguard, sorry. It was your
The Vanguard.
I don't know if you call them Vanguard. But that's what's happened so far. But relentless points. So I get 3 for my heroes, 2 for him because he's a hero and a liege. And I get, yes, so all my others have beat from last turn were wiped clean. So that's 3, and then I roll the dice for each unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. And any 6 plus I get more. Yep, so I'm up to 4. I need to guess what spell I'm going to try as well in a minute.
Yep.
Command, I'm going to spend 1 straight away actually. Put his command ability back on, so I'm back down to 3. But interesting point, we're going to leave it as it is. But the spell I put onto Nagash to gets a 5 up extra save. The protection of Nagash. Now it says, if any wounds or mortal wounds allocated to the caster are not negated and the caster is not slain, remove them from the battlefield after all the wounds or mortal wounds have been allocated, then set them up anywhere on the battlefield more than 9 from enemy units. After setting up this model, this spell is unbound. So I take that, I read that in my head as if to say it's still in play now. Until I move him, when he is part of this spell is still
Well, it's
active.
until he takes a wound, isn't it?
Yeah. So would you agree that that spell is still on?
Until he takes a wound, yes.
So
But you can cast it again on a different unit this turn.
I can. So we'll come back to you in a minute with the spells.
So spells.
Yeah, the first one is Nagash is going to cast is his own Soul Stealer. So you will pick an enemy unit within 24. I'm actually going to go for the Knights because their bravery is 7, where your Vanguard's 9. You roll 2d6.
You have to cast the spell first.
Okay, do where I failed the spelling. Oh no, because I'm +3. I need a 6, so it goes off.
Okay.
So you roll 2d6, and if it's greater than the bravery, it's d3. If it's at least double the bravery.
Which you can't get.
So
That's 7 and bravery 7, so nothing.
yeah, if it is greater than the, yeah. Never mind. Spell number 2, Arcane Command again. Cast of 5, I'm a +3. I get it, and I get d3 extra discipline points. So I get an extra 2. So I'm up to 4, is that right, or 5? I've used 1. So.
You had 4, you dropped to 3, so you're back up to 5.
Yeah. I'm going to use the empowered netherite weapons on the Liege Kavos, I believe.
Well, is he going to stay there, or are you going to be moving him out?
I'm going to be moving them.
So then there's no point because he's not going to be in combat.
You're right, but
You could put it on them.
I don't think they've got the netherite blades. Yep, so my third attempt, I'm going to do Protection of Nagash on my Liege Kavos. Yeah, goes off anywhere.
On a 9, nah.
Ooh, you are within range of 18.
What is?
Drain Vitality.
Right.
Casting of 6, pick an enemy unit within 18 until your next hero phase. Reroll unmodified hit rolls of a 6 and a save of a 6.
So they would have to reroll hits of a 6 and saves of a 6.
Yes,
Okay.
I'll do that. Casting of 6, so I'll need 3,
So that goes on a 9, 7, becomes a 10. I'll try and stop it. Nope. Next.
Mortal contract. For the rest of the battle, roll the dice at the end of each phase during which any attacks that inflicted damage on a 3 plus the enemy suffers take 3 mortal wounds. Now I'm just going to do some Mystic Arcane Bolton.
So how many spells? Yeah, that's 4 that you've tried to do, isn't it? So now you've got 4 Arcane Bolts.
Yes. So, your knights.
Plus 3 becomes 12. I can't stop it, so it's D3 mortal wounds. 3. I can ignore them on 5s. I'll reroll that one. So I'll take 2 wounds, which will kill that guy. Yep.
Your Vanguard.
Becomes a 5, 6. So it still goes off, but it's only 1 mortal wound.
Yep.
1 wound. I ignore it on a 5 up. Do I want to try and stop it? No, not with that cast. I stop it. You can still keep hitting the same unit, you know. You don't have to move.
That is true. Actually, I'm going to do the next 2 on your Manticore.
Okay. Oh!
That is D3. You can't stop that.
No, and I've got nothing to ignore it. I don't think. I'll double check.
2.
So yeah, I can't stop that. He's down to 10 wounds.
I was about 12.
Yep.
And the last one again on him.
5 becomes a 6, becomes a 9. I'll try and stop it. Nope.
Just 1.
Yep. Drops him to 9 wounds remaining.
So I believe that's the end of my hero and spellcasting. And movement's done. Okay, little clear up. The protection of Nagash that I put on him, I meant for it to be on them. We talked, he knew what I meant, so he's letting us change. Not cheating, I generally do mix my words up quite often. So they have the the protection of Nagash. So movements, he's pulled out and just ran, I think I ran 2. The Morghast ran up. I'm wanting to go into the Vanguard, but it's a long charge. But they can roll 3 dice, which I just remembered.
Yep.
Nagash jumped 9, he's hovering, and he is in range for his shooting of 12 inches. The Mortek ran, they ran 2. Oh, no, they ran 4, didn't they? Over there, they're hiding in now, hoping to go into there. And these riders up here pulled back onto my objective, so that is secured.
Okay, shooting.
Yeah. Oh, shooting with a Death Army. The Gears of Nagash. It is going into, as you can imagine, the Knights. 1 attack, hitting on 3s, reroll on 1s. Wounds on a 2 plus. That is -1.
Fine.
D6 damage I would have done. Yeah. Never mind. There. That's only shooting.
Charges?
Yeah, let's get on with some charges. The Morghast.
3 dice. There you go.
14.
Mhm.
I'm in.
Anyone else charging?
No. Oh, you know what? Nagash into the Knights.
7, that's not far enough.
Very short and sweet charge phase, so I am going to use one of my command abilities from the Liege Kavos. We have measured it, I am within 12, so my Morghast Harbingers get an extra attack.
Nice.
So going straight in with them. Anyway, they have got the halberds, so they get 4 attacks each.
Is that base?
Yes.
So they get
No, they
another
get
one?
3 attacks.
Oh, right, okay.
Because they only have the one or the other, they don't have both.
Yeah.
So 3s to hit, reroll on 1s.
Ugh! This is, of course, at the Vanguard.
Imagine if them were Nadorite weapons. No. That's a lot of 6s.
Yeah.
3s to wound.
That's...
Yikes.
I'll take that.
It's 4 to -2.
Ooh, 5 up.
And it's 3 damage each.
3 damage each. And then I get to ignore these on a 6-up because of the shield from the shrine.
Yeah.
Oh, you kill one Varangard.
That's not a lot.
But, do you know what? Had I had that ability on them to fight when they die, that would have been very good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, they've got reroll saves on. Because of the shrine last turn. So I failed 2 saves, yeah? So I failed 1 save. And does 3 damage. And I've just totally broken the shrine.
I was really hoping they'd do better than that.
Do you know what? That shrine is so invaluable, actually. The fact that I totally forgot they gave you the 6-up feel no pain until Lucy pointed it out. But then, re-rolling saves on them Varangard is brutal.
Yeah, and I wish I'd done the drain vitality on them now.
Yeah, because I am at -1 to hit because of the Nexus, but I'm at +1 because Archeon is on the battlefield. So basically, I'm hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. One guy is attacking that Lone Death Rider.
And normal service has resumed.
2 wounds, -1, 1 damage.
5 up. Not within 6.
Nope, so just 1 damage.
Yeah.
And then,
2 wounds.
yep, and then the horse has 3 attacks. The 4 misses. No, it doesn't come with +1, -1, so they all hit. 3s to wound, reroll and 1s. That's 3 wounds, no rend, 1 damage. No! But the other 2 are now going to fight the Morghasts.
Yes.
So, 12 attacks, 3s. 3s again. 2, 4, 6, 7 at -1.
So 5 up. I would always thought they had 3 up. Oh.
They only got a 4-up save?
Yep.
Wow.
I am re-rolling 1s. So what is a -1?
It's -1, yeah.
Yikes.
So there's 5 saves gone through.
How many damage?
1 each, but wait till I've done the horses. So these hit on 4s. Reroll the 1s. Nice. Wound on 3s. So that's 5 with no rend. So that's 7 deathless you need to make.
Yep. 6s. Not all 1.
So 6 wounds.
They have 6 wounds each.
So I killed 1.
You do.
Woohoo! Which one?
The one furthest from, yeah.
Guess what? I'm going to fight again.
Shocking.
So 6 attacks into the Death Rider. Okay, 3 hits. 3s to wound, reroll and 1s. 2 at -1.
5s.
Nope. And then 6 up.
No.
Kills the Death Rider.
Yes, it does.
So then I've got 12 attacks into the other Morghast. There we go. So the 2s miss because I'm at +1, -1. 3s to wound. Rerolling the 1. 6 saves.
I wasn't re-rolling 1s to save.
You did.
Did I? I think I'll re-roll the 1s. So Nagash.
1 goes through. Oh wait, sorry, it's -1. So 3 go through.
Anyway, oh, I've seen anyway.
Yeah.
Any damage? What damage?
Just 1.
Deathless Warrior. No.
3 damage. And then I've got 6 attacks from the horses. 4s. 3s.
Ooh.
That's it.
He's alive on 3 wounds.
You know what? That was good.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
But they can't fight again.
Like that, no. I'll do the Death Rider. He is the leader.
He's dead.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll not do the leader then. So that's the end of turn.
So Lucy scores 1 point.
She does.
Oh no, sorry, it's 2 because this is round 2.
And when does yours come down now?
At the start of my hero phase. So now, but guess what? I generate 1 command point, and I generate another one simply for being Archeon.
Of course.
So, Where does it land? 1, 2, 3. I'll place that in a few moments. But moving into my hero phase, I'm going to use the ability of the Everchosen to find out if I'm going first or second this turn.
Okay.
So Lucy needs to look away. Okay, I'll put that on the shelf behind me so Lucy can't see it. So, the shrine will go reroll saves on the Varangard, which is the gift of Zinch. Okay? Fails. Okay. His ability will go reroll saves on Archeon, because the Chaos Lord and Sorcerer just gives that.
Yep.
Which is very good. Archeon can pick a unit, and any of my units can get reroll, I think it was hits of a 1.
What's this?
It's one of his abilities. He's got too many, look.
He's got loads.
I think it's the Everchosen Allegiance. I don't need to do it because everywhere I'm going to go is going to be within 18 of Archeon, and because I've got the Corn Allegiance, the Will of the Everchosen.
You pick an enemy unit.
Yes, but I'm not attacking anybody that's not going to be within 18 of him anyway. However, I've got 1 command point. I don't want to. I need to keep it because I want to make a charge, and I need to keep hold of it. Because to be honest, I would probably pick a unit that when a model is removed they get to fight. But I'm going to keep my command point for the charge. So, spells. Don't have that many. He's going to cast his own spell onto them, so it's a casting value of a 7. I do get it on a 10.
Well, you know, Nagash is gonna...
You technically need an 8 to stop it. You don't stop it.
Oh, no.
So I roll 10 dice because there's 10 models in that unit, and each 5 plus I do a mortal wound. 3.
I'm not within 12 inches, so I just lose 3.
3 more tech guard gone. I'll deal with that.
Really, I like these models a lot. I'm not legal to keep them up for Battle Shock because we don't do that here.
I don't really need to be too aggressive with anything else, but
he got 2 spells?
No, the Chaos Lord can only cast 1. Archeon can cast 2, so I'm going to go Mystic Shield on the Manticore, which I fail, and I'll go Arcane Bolt on that Harbinger. I get it on a 7. You need a dice roll of a 5. 6 becomes a 9, so you stop it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Movement phase. Right, so I did use that ability for being Everchosen Legion, and I chose this unit, so I will get to re-roll some hits against them. So, Archeon has moved forward. He has sighted Nagash, and he wants a piece of him.
Nagash is just like, bring it.
Guess what? I'm going to bring it. Anyway, Knights have turned here. This guy ran his once per game run and charge ability. I'm hoping that I can kill a couple of these. It's still going to be tough work because I've got to outnumber Lucy, and at 15 wounds there, it's not great. But my objective is down there, and my Sorcerer Lord is holding that one. Hopefully, if Nagash makes this charge if Archeon makes this charge to Nagash, the War Shrine will then go in against the Mortek Guard.
Yep.
So, straight into charges. They're going to charge. Oh look, they're in. I get +1 because my Hornblower.
That's very lucky.
But I knew that. That's why I'm 3 inches away, Lucy. Right. I'm not going to use those 2 dice. The next charge. What?
You know what? I made the mistake. It said the wrong thing, and it's actually the Morghast with the protection of Nagash on.
Grow 5 up, ignore damage. As well. So you've taken 9 wounds altogether.
Yeah.
No, go on, do it. So you've taken 9 wounds, because that's in addition to your 6 up, isn't it? So 1, 2, that's
3.
the 3 so you would just have him still on full health.
Yeah. I am really sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. They're both new armies to us, guys, so here we go. Do us a favour, wish us luck. Roll me dice.
Double one.
10.
You need
Exactly what I needed. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Slayer of Kings, Hand of Dust. Who is gonna win? Oh, yes!
I'm excited there.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna charge over here,
No?
but I will charge here.
Why have you run him if you're not charging him?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
So is that all your charges?
I think so.
I've got a few bits to do before
So
the start of combat.
he put the reroll saves on him, but my prayer from them failed. So you've got stuff to do now at the start of the combat phase, have you?
Yes.
Okay.
Command ability. My Morghast is going to get an extra attack from the Liege Kavalos.
Yep.
That puts me down to 3.
Are you doing it again on Nagash?
Wait. So you're definitely not charging them.
No.
So the Mortec Guard are going to use theirs. And that means they can reroll all field saves.
Okay.
See. It is tempting to give Nagash an extra hit attack. But no, because I think you'll knock him too far down to be any. So no, that's it.
That's it. Unsurprisingly, Lucy, I'm going first with Archon.
Never.
Here we go. It is time for Nagash to meet his end.
You wish.
Mwah, ha! That's too orky. I can't do a Chaos Lord. You will perish, Nagash. Slayer of Kings. Rerolling 1s because of my Corn Aura. All hit. Wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of my Corn Aura. Double 6. No. But still.
Two hits.
-2.
So he's got a 3 up to 5 up.
And you're rerolling 1s.
Yeah. Right.
It's
wait then.
3 damage.
But he has got the protect, so he gets a 5 up.
Yep.
And then he's 6 up.
Yep.
So 5 up. Then these is me 6 up. No.
2 damage.
But
But
it's only mortal wounds. I bounce it back to you.
yeah.
So he takes 2 wounds.
Yep.
So he's
Can I
down
have the rest of my
14.
profile, please?
I'm
So
just going to count up how many.
the next attack that I've got is the Monstrous Claws from Dogar. 2s. Rerolling the 1s. There we go. 3s. 1. Minus what?
2. So 5 again.
Yes!
It's D6.
No!
So me 5 up for my spell. And then me 6 up.
Good God. That's 3 damage in total.
Yeah.
Lashing Tails, 2d6. I get 7 attacks, I'll take that. So I'm hitting you on 4s, rerolling 1s. Was that a 4 before I knocked it?
No.
3s. 2 wounds, no rend.
3. And
5 up. 6 up.
No.
It's another 1 gone.
That's 4 wounds. And last but not least.
The 3 heads. I get 6 attacks with the 3 heads. Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Okay. 3s, rerolling 1s. 4 at -1, 2 damage apiece.
Oh, I'll take that.
So 1 goes through. It's 2 damage.
So 5 up.
Ooh!
Oh, you have knocked him down a bracket, but
Oh, 1 bracket. Oh no. How many wounds did I do on him? 4.
4.
Wow.
So I'm just going to put that there for 4. Okay.
He's still dying.
Morghast, I'm going to go next. I'm risking it. He gets 4 attacks because of the command ability. 3 to roll on 1s. No. No 1s and 3s. That is.
I'll give you that. It's a 6.
3 minus 2.
Oof. 5 up.
3 damage each.
Nope. Well, it is, but
You've got your shield.
I've got the shield because I'm still within 18 because the shrine's unwounded.
Okay.
That was actually pretty good, Lucy. Oh, so that 2 wounds kills 1. That 5 wounds kills another and leaves 1 on 3 wounds. Ouch.
Yeah.
That was incredible. The fact that I didn't get that prayer off is what.
Yeah.
Hang on, that was 9 damage, wasn't it? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he's lost 2 wounds, leaves him on 3 remaining.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go next with the Chaos Knights. I've got 3 of them here. So.
Yeah, well, re-roll and hit rolls of a 6.
But I'm also re-rolling hit rolls of a 1.
Yes.
So I'm hitting on 3s. So I have to re-roll the 6s because of draining what's it called. All hit.
Yeah.
3s to wound. Re-rolling 1s. 2, 4, 6, 7. At -1.
So 4. Yep, 4s.
I think he's going here.
1s, naturally. For Nagash.
Just 1 damage each.
So 6s.
You need 2 6s to live. Unbelievable. He's down to 2 wounds. Find out what my horses do. My horses are going to kick you to death. I think they've got 2 attacks apiece. I'm pretty sure they don't hit too well. It's like 4s. So the extra attack from the leader there I totally forgot, which hits and does wound. And then the horses 4s.
Reroll the 6s.
Oh god, yeah. Reroll the 1s. Oh,
Can't reroll a reroll.
that sucks. 2 wounds? Did the wound on 4s? Yeah. Come on, die. Reroll that 1.
Yes.
Oh, he's alive, but
6. No. 1 wound.
damn.
Right. Me guard. Me Mortec guard. So there's 7.
Yep.
They are actually armed with the spear, isn't it?
No, the swords,
Oh, yes.
the blades.
So 2 attacks each.
So you'll have,
And then an extra one for the leader.
yeah, but one guy's got the Soul Cleaver Great Blade. There.
So I'll take 2 out.
Yep.
And put. I haven't got any more dice. Give us 2 of your dice. So.
3s and 4s.
And 3's on the black dice though.
Yep. Right, so 6s because of Nadrite, but re-rolling hits of a 1 first for
Yes.
Nagash.
No.
So take your 2s out. And then 6s, so you got 1,
6,
just the 1,
2
2 6s, so 2 extra hits.
Yeah.
And then you're wounding on 4s, but 3s with the Dark Artisan dice.
Oh, crap. Yep. So, all do the same now. So you've got 6 minus 1.
6 at -1 drops me to a 5 up. 1 damage each.
It is, yeah.
6 up. No, so the shrine takes 2 wounds, which means he's actually still on his top bracket, Lucy.
Ooh,
So my shrine's going to swing back next.
it is.
So how many attacks is it? 6?
4, thank you.
Okay. 4.
Hit on 3s.
Reroll the 1s because of Archeon being there. Wounding on
3s.
rerolling 1s. That is 3.
Minus 1.
Yep.
So I need 5s.
But you're rerolling all
All
saves
saves.
because of the ability that you used.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's 2 damage apiece.
So that's 4 gone.
Yep. And then I've got, I think this one was 6 attacks, wasn't it? From the flailing fists. Was it 6?
Yes. No, yes, because he's not dropped a bracket yet.
Rerolling 1s. Hitting on 3s, is it? 4s.
Running on 3s.
Oh. 3, no rend.
So 4s.
Rerolling all failed saves. Yes,
Oh,
just.
2 more go because it's 2 damage.
Oh, that leaves 1 guy.
Yeah, I didn't. Where's the? I thought you must have took him out.
Oh, the big weapon. Yeah, you would have left him, so you're leaving that one.
I am.
That's fine. That's fine. So Lucy gets to swing back now.
With the Liege Kavalos.
Kavalos,
sorry. 3 attacks with the Commander Blade.
Yep.
Not any minuses, no. 3s. Reroll. And 3s. That is 2 at -1.
So I'm on a 5 up, but I have to re-roll a 6.
Yes.
So just 1 goes
2
through.
damage.
2 damage. Kills the banner.
He gets 1 attack with the Netherite Battle Shield. 3s. 4. Oh. No. 6 attacks with the Hooves, Teeth and Barbed Tails. 3s.
Wounding.
3s. That is 4 at -1.
So 5 up, re-rolling 6s.
1 damage each.
So 3 wounds, kills 1 more. I'll kill the Hornblower.
Whew.
I will go back with a Varangard.
Ooh.
6 attacks.
Yep.
Am I still at -1?
Yes. Reroll the 1s.
Oh, it's in... No, hang on.
It's the
Oh,
scenery
yes.
that's doing that. The scenery's making you -1 to hit.
Yeah. No, I thought I did it last turn, but it was your turn that it did it. So yeah, I'm hitting you on 3s. I'm winning you on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Right, there's 5 at -1. 1 damage apiece.
So 5 up. Normal save.
What?
And then
5 up again,
yeah.
followed
That
by a
goes
6 up.
through. Yeah, yeah. No, so 1 goes. How many damage is it?
1.
1 goes through, and now I'm going to move him
No,
because.
I've got to do the rest of my attacks.
Oh yes. So he's took 1.
Reroll the 1. This is the horse, of course.
Minus.
I was at +1, -1, so I was still hitting. 2 wounds. No rend. 5 up. Yeah, but now you can move him.
Yeah. I'm going to move him over that place.
So Lucy's just done something a bit cheeky. So because of the protection in the gash, I did a wound. She's jumped him over there, which is now going to stop me from scoring that.
Yes, it is. And
That is really, really annoying.
but now it's time for the show.
This isn't a show. Nagash.
Yeah, he's going to just come in and slash your heads off. Wait, 3 bitey ones. Anyway.
I'm going to cut your head off and give it the dog off for breakfast.
You wish. I'm actually reading your war scroll instead of mine. Right, 1 attack with that Alakanash.
Reroll.
He hits.
Yeah.
He wounds at -3.
6 up, re-rolling. Oh,
Nice.
God.
He gets 5. 5 attack with the Zeft.
Zebet Naft.
That's all.
Yeah. Re-roll the 6s.
Why?
Because the Eye of Shireen.
Oh.
You can't re-roll the re-roll.
Okay.
That's mental, that.
That's 2 at -2.
Wow.
And the claws Spectral Claws, 5s needing 6s, so that's 2 mortal wounds.
Reroll the 1.
1's mortal wounds, sorry.
So 1 mortal wound, which I ignore on a 4. Yep. And then 2. Well, is that instead of?
Yes.
Right.
So that's 1 at minus no end.
I take a wound.
Yep.
That really sucks, right? Because now I would have scored that point then. I really would have.
So
I lost 2 here on a 6 he will. Oh no, I'm immune because of him.
I was going to say, because I think a lot of my stuff give you minus bravery, but so.
Does he doesn't run either, does he?
No, we don't do bravery at all.
So I actually score nothing.
And I score no. Do I score on your turn?
No.
No. So that was your turn too. Does a Wolf a turn?
No, we don't, because I spent a command point to go first. Right, so my hero phase, I'm going to use his own ability to reroll his own saves. I'm going to pray for Archeon to reroll his saves on a 3+. Oh no.
Feels.
Oh no. I am going to vomit on him.
That's so charming.
3+. Don't do anything. Spell-wise, he's going to cast his own spell. It's a casting value of 7. I'm going to choose these guys. I fail it.
You do.
Okay. Flip to the spell page for me, because I'm going to use the one that I picked for Archeon, because this is, if it goes off, it's tasty. If it doesn't, it's not. Spite, Tongue, Curse. Nagash is a +2 to unbind at the minute.
Yeah.
Okay. This is casting value of 3 to do 3 mortal wounds on Nagash. That's an 8.
So I need a 7.
You need a 7.
Please.
Oh yes, because if you unbound that, Lucy, it would do 3 mortal wounds to me, but I can ignore the effects of the spell on a 4+, and then if I do take the mortal wounds, I can ignore them on a 4+.
Yeah, right. I can ignore them on a 5+.
You can.
Yeah,
And then a 6 up.
6+.
3 mortal wounds. And with that, protection of Nagash,
Yes,
Lucy moved him.
I did.
That's not very nice, Lucy.
I wouldn't have moved them if I actually did something to you, more than 1 wound. But you know. You genuinely got unlucky there. I got lucky. In particular, rolling that 6 on the reroll. So, is that the end of my hero phase? Yeah. Yep. Movement. So, this is the end of the movement phase. In my hero phase, I picked this guy to be the target of the will of the Ever-Chosen. So that I can get reroll 1s against him. Because most of this is going to be in range. This isn't how it was going to play out. So the idea of me pulling that double turn was that he went there and controlled that. And then the next turn I could move away from it and have both of them charge this and take it from you. As it stands, Lucy was very smart in putting the Morghast over there. Yep.
And now Nagash. So
that means you need an 11-inch charge with that.
I need an 11 with Archon. Which is a shame, but that's where it is. So, it's a shame I couldn't run in charge actually with him.
It is handy.
So charge phase, he makes it on a 4. It's got to be Archon. Got to re-roll it. Oh no! The Lord, Sorcerer Lord will do it.
Yep.
Oh, why? And then the Chariot. Chariot will make it in as well. Unfortunately, Archeon didn't make that charge, but he commanded his second in command to go in and deal with Nagash. So as it stands, the Chaos Sorcerer Lord has 3 attacks with his Sorceress Reaping Staff. 3s to hit, rerolling 1s. Oof. 3s to wound, rerolling 1s. -1 on Nagash.
4s.
The Horned Fangs and Claws. Hitting on 3s, I get to reroll all attacks because Nagash is a monster. All hit. Now, look at this. 1+ to wound if I was unwounded. As it stands, I wound on 2s, but I'm rerolling 1s. That's 5 attacks at -1. Come on.
4s.
Oh, they're 2 damage each.
So 2, 4, 6, 8.
Yep, and guess what? You don't have your 5 up anymore. Because it's immediately dispelled.
Got 6 up.
You do, but you've only got 7 wounds. 2 6s. Don't do it. Don't do it. No!
Oh. Reroll saves of a 1.
They're not saves. But I've got 4 more attacks.
Yeah, 4. 4s and 4s.
Oh, actually, the Horned Fangs were hitting on 3s. I thought they were hitting on... It doesn't matter, they all hit. They all hit, it's fine. So this is 4s rerolling 1s. 4s rerolling 1s. Reroll, come on, do it. Come on, no rend. No, feel it.
Reroll 1s.
Feel it. Oh, no.
And I had me 6 up as well.
I know. God, he's on 1 wound. He's on 1 wound. Who?
I've got to go with him.
Well, he's the issue. You've either got to hit the chariot and kill it, or he's going to die. He's going to die.
I'd rather he die than the guy. Right.
So, of course, you are going for the chariot here, aren't you? You're
Yes.
putting everything into it.
Yeah. 1 attack with the Alakanash. I'm just leaving now.
Yeah, but you still got Zef the Natbar.
2, 3, where am I?
Oh, you've only got 2 attacks left. Both hit.
1 at -2.
Nagash into the chariot.
Alakazam. Oh, it hits. 2s to wound. -3.
No save.
Are you sure?
Positive, I've got 4 save on the chariot.
Okay.
2d6 damage.
Yeah?
That's d6 damage.
Yeah, 2 went through.
You only got 1 attack.
Bloody no,
Good job, you rolled 2 6s, isn't it?
It's
Do you know what I'm totally forgetting to do?
What?
Use my command ability to determine if I'm going first or second next turn.
You know what? No, you are not.
I know.
So that's 6 wounds.
Yeah, he's got 1 left. But you've got your other attacks now.
He only gets 2. Oh gosh, he only gets 2 with his Zephyr.
Natbar. Does it hit?
Yeah, once. That's
That-
-2. 1 at -2.
Yeah, I'm dead.
3 damage.
Kills him.
Okay.
So I'm going to go back with this Vanguard. 6 attacks. Rerolling the 1s because of Archon still being within range.
And we will hit for 6.
Was that a 6?
No, it's that. No, sorry. This is the one you're going for.
Uh-huh.
He's at -1 to hit.
Alright, okay, so I'm +1 because of Archon. There we go. That's 4 at -1. And 2 damage each.
He was
He's got a 3 up save normally.
Yeah.
Reroll saves of a 1. Oh, and that's 4 damage.
4. Yeah, he's gone.
Good shout though, good shout. So then I'll go back with him.
Oh.
Do you want to just remove him?
No.
So it's 4 attacks with the... They all hit. I think it was 3s to wound. 3 saves at -1.
-1.
-1.
You just said 2.
I know, but it's 2 damage.
So 5.
3 saves. Yeah, it goes through 2 damage.
No.
And unfortunately it does kill him.
Oh,
Which means Lucy's got nothing to fight back with now.
I don't want. But.
Do you know what I've just done? I moved my chariot away from the objective.
Yeah, you did. That's great to say. Look what I control.
Well, it's my turn, you don't score it yet.
I know, but
Yeah.
you don't get to move near me.
No.
So, are you ready for us to bring the P in?
Well, it depends. Because if I'm going first,
No, this is you going first. This is the back end of turn 3. You've just had a double turn.
I have. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let's see what Lucy's going to do in her hero phase. So hero phase, Lucy healed.
3 units for him and on the Morghast. So, just in case people are wondering why I'm not using his own, the Murray Kane, it's only on mortal wounds.
Yeah.
So yeah,
which I haven't been doing.
Yeah. But I get one. I had 2 command points left. I gained another one because just at the end of the battle round you get the scrap. I rolled 0 6s for my 3 units, so I only get the 1 command point, which I've used straight away on Nagash's doodah. Yeah.
You know what? There's absolutely no reason not to use that every turn.
I know. I mean, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Kavos's was good as well, but
yeah.
So spells. So he has took how many wounds?
He's got 4 remaining, so he's took 12. Hang on, he's got 16. I thought you said he had 14.
No, 16.
Have you still been counting down correctly though?
I've let you do it.
Then I think he's got 2 more wounds.
So we made a boo-boo.
It's not much. It's okay.
He had more wounds than we thought because I was counting down, he was counting up.
Yeah, I was counting how many wounds he had left. Lucy was counting how many he'd taken because I've been playing that much 40k recently. So he actually had 3 wounds left at the end of that combat phase.
Yeah.
So now he's got 6.
Yeah. My scenery. Can you tell what I'm gonna go for?
-1 to hit.
Yeah, on focus on Archon. Oh no.
It's fine by me.
Spells.
Here we go.
So, how many wounds has he actually got?
He's got 6 remaining, which means he's suffered 10.
So he can cast 3 extra spells.
So for a total of 6 spells.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look and see which 6 Lucy wants to cast.
Spell number 1, Drain Vitality. I'm a +2 to cast. It's casting of 6, so I need a 4.
And who's this on?
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Archon.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Don't use them dice again.
Right, I'll need to pick another one now.
Oh, you could Hand of Dust the Sorcerer.
I could. Where is it? Oh, it's on the back, isn't it? Oh no, it's the Soulseer. Oh, what's his bravery?
It doesn't go on bravery.
The Soulseer does.
Oh, him, 8.
8.
Yeah, but Hand of Dust's a 50-50.
Hand of Dust, I'll do that. Pick one any model within 3 inches, then take a dice and hold it in one of your hands.
You have to cast it first.
Hand of Dust has got, oh yeah. 8, 7, 6, so I need 6.
I can't stop it.
No. So I take 8 dice.
Yep. And then I'll let you put both hands in front of us.
Your opponent must pick your hands. If they pick the one holding the dice, the spell has no effect.
Just for clarification, I'm over here actually, and then, yeah. Taking it like a man. So, if the dice is in there, am I safe? And I've just seen in your hands.
How?
Because I looked through there.
Oh, God.
You got it off. You have to do it again.
Take the dice and hold it in one of your hands. Your opponent must pick one of your hands. If they pick the one holding the dice, the spell has no effect. If they pick the empty hand, it is...
The model's removed.
Yeah, give us a smaller dice.
No, look, I'm looking the other way. I'm definitely looking the other way. I'm still looking the other way.
Go.
I'm going to go that one.
You sure?
Positive. Yes!
Ha! Oh.
Imagine you'd done that to Archeon though.
Aye. Huh.
Anyway, that's 2 out of your 6 spells. You got 4 more.
He's going to put protection in the gash on himself.
Goes off on a 6, 7, 8. So I'll try and stop that with a sorcerer. I roll a 7, so I don't stop it, unfortunately.
So where's my little token? Has he still got it?
Yeah, it's on the gash still.
Right, mortal combat. Pick an enemy unit within 18 for the rest of the battle. Roll the dice at the end of each phase during which any attacks made by the unit inflicted damage on a Bone Reaper unit. Nah. I will Soul Stealer the... What's Archon's bravery?
10.
No, I'll do the Soul Stealer on the...
I think it's 10.
No, I'm going to just Arcane Bolt him.
Who?
Archeon.
Okay. That goes off.
Yeah, it does. So one more.
I've got 2 attempts to stop though still with Archon, so I'll do the first one. So I don't stop it. So it's just 1 mortal wound. I ignore it on a 4.
Second attempt. You can't stop
Can't
that.
stop it. It's D3. On a 4+, I ignore the effects of a spell. Nope. And then I take 2 mortal wounds, which I can ignore on 4s. So I take 1 mortal wound, drops me to 18 wounds remaining.
And 1, 2, 3. So I can do 1 more. Yep.
I'll try and stop it. Nope.
There's only 1 mortal wound.
It is. 4+, I ignore the spell. 4+, I ignore the mortal wound. That wasn't too shabby for me. For me.
It was horrendous for me. Right then, shooting.
So movement there was very, very quick. Morghast is going after the sorcerer.
And my Death Riders, they ran and catching up to the shrine, hopefully going to take that out. But I have 1 shooting attack.
Oh yeah.
I do. The Gears of Nagash, 3+.
Reroll hit rolls of a 1. Yep. So charges. These guys. Oh look, they're in.
Yeah, they are. But the big guy is going first.
No, you've got some other charges to do.
Do I?
Yeah, the Morghast.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah. So how many wins has he got left? Was he
The sorcerer's got 9 remaining.
9.
Nagash, you've got 6 remaining, you've suffered 10.
So
So Lucy has 5 guys here.
I do. So I'm using their command ability, so it puts me down to 1, and on a 5+ it's a mortal wound. So 2.
2, which I can ignore on a 6. Nope, so he's down to 8 wounds remaining.
Yep.
No, sorry, he took 3, so he's down to... He's now took 5.
Yep.
Okay, who's going first?
Can you guess?
Nagash.
Yeah. Right. So 1 attack.
So Nagash.
Yeah. He's 1 Alakanash. Hits. Wounds -3.
Guess what? Ethereal Amulet. 4+. Guess what?
Reroll it.
Crap.
-3, d6 damage.
2, leaves him on 7 wounds remaining.
The Neptar.
3 hits.
Yep. 3's to wound, so 2 -2.
4. Reroll the failed save. I've got the Ethereal Amulet, so 1 goes through. 3 damage.
Yep.
Leaves him on 4.
And 6 attacks. 5s, but looking for 6s.
None.
Oh.
Reroll the 1. 1 mortal wound. Leaves him on 3 wounds remaining.
Yep, that's him.
So I am going to go with the Sorcerer Lord before he dies. So the important thing here is I get to reroll the hits because Nagash is actually a monster. 3 attacks with the Sorcerer's Reaping Staff. Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. There we go. Running on 3s, rerolling 1s. Everything's at Nagash, by the way. So 3 -1.
4s.
I've then got 5 attacks with the Horned Fangs and Claws, rerolling all failed hits. All hit. But now, I've only got 3 wounds remaining. I've suffered 9. I'm wounding on 4s, rerolling 1s.
Wow.
Wow! Take that. In your face. Your head is my trophy rack.
Just -1? No.
-1, 2 damage
sorry,
each.
Yes.
Oh, for God's sake, really.
Reroll 1s.
1 goes through, 2 damage. 5 up. 6 up. You take 1 wound, drops them to 5. I still get to do the rest of my attacks. So Shredding Tail has 1, 2. 4s, rerolling 1s. 2 hits. 4s, rerolling 1s. Nothing. Are you moving him?
How many ones has he got? 2 left? No, I'm not.
No, Nagash has got 5 left. I've got 3 left.
No, that's what I meant you.
Yeah.
You know what? Yes, I am.
Where are you moving it to?
Just the other side of the objective.
So Lucy's going next with the Death Riders after Nagash portaled away, 9 inches away, still within 6 of their objective.
So with 3 attacks each, the leader gets an extra 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I need more dice. 3. Right.
So hitting on 3s but fishing for 5s.
Yeah, of course, so they're not right.
Rerolling the 1s. That's so good.
Oh, that hit. And
then the 5s and 6s count as 2
2
hits.
3 extra.
Yep. Wounding?
3 4s.
That's a poor roll. That's what, 3?
4.
4. Any minus?
1.
No, none. You got spears?
I was looking at the blades.
Yeah, but you got spears.
Oh.
2 go through. 1 damage. I ignore 1. And the hooves.
Yep. 4s and 3s.
3's to wound.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, no rend.
4 plus. 6 plus. Down to 3 wounds remaining. So I will now swing back with the War Shrine.
Yep.
4 attacks, 3s and 3s. All hit. All wound.
Ooh.
-1. 2 damage apiece.
5 ups, come on. I don't think I'm in with 12 of them.
So we've just realised that every unit actually has a Hecatos in it.
Which means I do get the 6 up Deathless Warrior.
That would have made a massive difference over there probably.
Guys, I'm really sorry. It's this game's been a bit all over, but 6s.
She makes 2.
1 dies and 2 dies. I'm left with 3.
And then I had, was it 3 attacks with the Flailing Fists?
Yeah.
4s, reroll the 1. 3s, reroll the 1. 2 wounds, no rend. Reroll the save of a 1. And then it's 2 damage apiece.
Yeah. 6s.
So you lose another 1.
It's 2, yeah.
And the last attack from the Morghast.
3 attacks, 3s and 3s. Reroll the 1s. Oh, I wish they did something on the 6. 2 minus through 2.
I don't care. Wow.
Sums up.
But you still control our objective.
I do. So
And you still control that one. So you actually just scored 6 points.
Yeah.
Put you at 8. I have to make it back this turn, otherwise I'm out of the game. Despite having more models than Lucy left.
We need to roll for the turn.
We do, because I was very silly and didn't.
Yeah, and because you kicked me out, I'm not letting.
Wow. Yeah, Lucy's going first. Ouch.
So.
Oh look, Nagash gets another 3 wounds back. He's on 8.
But that relentless discipline point goes. I get 1 for a hero, and I've got 1, 2, 3 units.
Yeah. So you just get the 1.
Which I'm using straight away.
On Nagash's own.
Yeah.
Yep. So he'll get that wound back.
Yep.
And Nagash goes back up to 8 wounds.
Yes. So turn 4 for Bonereapers. I only got 1 command. Relentless Discipline. I rolled me 3 dice, but I didn't get a 6. I am going for the Nexus. Again, the same one, the Punishment of Agony on a 4+ in a gash.
So how many spells can Nagash cast now that he's lost 8 wounds?
Wounds suffered. He can still cast an extra 3.
Okay, plus 2 to cast, so you're on 6 spells.
Yeah.
How far away are you though?
I'm within 24.
But are you within 18? Just, so Arcane Bolt can, if you wanted to. But obviously you've got a whole host of spells.
Yeah. Drain Vitality on to Nagash.
Nagash?
Archon.
Is this the one against Bravery?
No, this is the reroll hits and saves of 6.
Oh, okay, yep. 8, so that becomes a 10.
Yep.
Gotta try and stop this. 9.
So that is very nice. And he will cast... Oh, I don't know. You know what? He will put Protection of Nagash on the Morghast.
Okay. 6 becomes an 8.
Goes off.
It's the fact that you can teleport after I've done damage.
Yeah.
I'll try and stop it with a sorcerer.
You do?
Wow, yes.
Okay. Oh, I don't know what to do now. I'm not doing the netherite weapons empower because there's only 2 guys left and I don't think there's so much of a chance. So I'm just going to Arcane Bolt.
So 4 Arcane Bolts.
Yeah. Number 1.
Goes off on a 5. Comes a 7. I'll try and stop that one. I don't stop it. That's my last deny attempt. So that's 1 mortal wound. I ignore the effects of a spell on a 4+. And I take 1 mortal wound, but on a 4+, I ignore it. No, so I take 1. I'm down to 17 wounds.
Attempt number 2.
Becomes D3 mortal wounds. So that's 3. So on a 4+, I ignore the spell. And then on a 4+, I ignore mortal wound. On a 6, it bounces back. So I take 2 more, drops him to 15 wounds remaining.
Attempt number 3.
4+, I ignore the spell. Yes.
What would you have took? You just won anyway.
And last one. 6. I can't try and stop it, so 1 mortal wound. Do I ignore the spell? Yes.
Okay.
You got 3 off him.
Okay, I'm going to shoot at Archon, but I keep saying I'm going to shoot at Nagash. I don't know why.
Lucy's just going for it at this point now, aren't you?
I am. I need to. So shooting the Gaze of Nagash. 3s to hit. 2s to wound.
Oh no!
Every time.
Charges.
Nagash.
And you can't re-roll it. So you're just going into the Manticore.
Yeah. And I will go with Nagash to see if he can do anything. 1 attack with the Alakanash Alakazam. Hits. 2s. Wounds. That's -3.
Pass me save.
Ooh, D6, what would you have done? Nah. So he's took 10 wounds, yeah?
Yeah.
So he gets
I know he's took 8 wounds.
7, yes, same thing. So 4 attacks. 3s, reroll them 1s. And 3s. 1 at -2.
Pass me save.
Oh, come on. 2, 4, 6. 5s needing 6s. There's 2 mortal wounds.
Leaves me on 1 wound. So I'm putting everything into Nagash from the Sorcerer here. I've got 3 attacks from the Sorcerer's Reaping Staff, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. That's 1 wound at -1
4s.
for D3. 1.
So do I do the 5 up?
No, you didn't cast it on him.
Oh, well, that's me 6 up anyway.
I've now got 5 attacks with the Horned Fangs and Claws, hitting on 3s, re-rolling all. And then I'm wounding, unfortunately, on 5s.
Reroll the 1s though.
1. -1. Come on. 1 attack with the Shredding Tail. 4s. That's it. Morghast.
Morghast.
Oh, no. You want to go back with them now.
Oh, yes. I forgot about them. 3 and 3. The leader gets an extra 1, I think. Yeah. 3s. Reroll on 1s.
And you got 1/6 for the extra hit.
So I will put that one back in. 4s.
Wow.
6 minus nothing.
Passed 1. I failed 3.
It killed it.
You know what? That shrine was actually pretty good.
It was. I was not expecting it to be so.
And it's only 170 points.
That's. Oh, wow.
And now you've got your Morghast.
Yes, I do. 3 attacks. 3s. We roll 1s. Why am I constantly hitting 6s? 3s. It's -2.
I'm alive. That was me. That was me re-roll.
3 damage each.
I've got a 4 save. I failed 1. I re-rolled it. I got a 5. So I believe that's my turn now.
No, I score another
8 points.
8 points.
I can't beat you now.
No.
Although, hang on. I could score. Actually, I might.
You can score 10. I'm on 8.
No, because this is turn 4, so I can
16.
score 18 if everything goes my way here. But getting to that one is a big problem because I'd have to sacrifice Archeon. They can't make it. They're pretty much out of the game nearly at this point. I mean, they can get there this turn. They can't get there this turn. See, taking out Nagash is... Unless I kill both of them, I can't control that one. Because
There's not much chance of you surviving another round of my combat.
No, the problem is if Archon goes in, he can't take both of them out in one go. He can't, right? Mm-hmm. Whichever one I don't kill will kill the sorcerer.
Yeah.
Which means that we'll still have 1 model each on the objective.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't get to that one.
No.
Which means the best I can hope for is to score 4 points this turn and then potentially 10 next turn. So I would still lose. But this still needs to happen.
How is it? Tell me about those guys.
You know what? Wherever. So at this point, he will. Should I heal or try and do damage to you? Was he on 14 wounds remaining?
I have no idea.
Yeah, because he was on 18. You knocked like 3 or 4 off him, didn't you? So at this point, I'm going to try and do some mortal wounds to Nagash with the breath. So on a 3+. Great. I'll try and cast some spells. So let's go for the 3 mortal wound one, Lucy. Oh look, it goes off. So you need to roll a 7 to stop it. She stops it, which means I take 3 mortal wounds. On a 4+, I ignore the effects of a spell. Yes. There's absolutely no reason not to take that on Nagash, on Archeon, and Arcane Bolt. 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm 3 inches away. I've moved forward. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. He will give Archon the reroll failed saves.
It's not a spell.
Yeah, but it's rolling casting value 7. And, oh, actually there is another one. Yeah, he's got the one that gives him to use his top bracket, actually, so I'm going to use that for Archon. I do get it on an 8. Yeah, see, it's pointless. So I'm 3 inches away, I'll charge Archon. Which actually I'll get another 2 command points this turn, gives me 4. So he'll go straight in there. The Varangard will charge. What the hell, I'll re-roll it. For a 7, that might not be enough. Nope, gets him within an inch, so that's fine. And the Knight probably needs a 9. Okay, unsurprisingly, Lucy, Archon is going first. Would you do the honours, please?
You are re-rolling hits.
Hits of a 6, I know. So I've got 4 attacks with the Slayer of Kings. I'm hitting you on 2s, re-rolling 1s. There we go. I'm winning you on 3s, re-rolling 1s. If I roll a double 6, you are gone.
Well, why?
Because of the Slayer of Kings, if I roll...
I've got my save.
You don't get your save, you just remove from player. No, so close! But I've got this. Come on, you beauty, do it. No. 2 saves at -2.
5s. Reroll 1s.
3 damage.
6 hours. No. So he takes 3.
He's down to 5 wounds. We're not finished. We've got the monstrous claws. 2s rerolling 1s. And then we're running on 3s rerolling 1s. 2 wounds at -2.
How many damage?
D6 each.
Right.
I need 5. That's 6.
Right.
No, come on, don't do it, don't you dare do it, don't. Yes! Victory is mine. Your head is going right here on Dogar's chest, and I'm going to rub it in your face every single time you bring the gash out now. No, I think not, that's the wrong model.
There we go. Game to Lucy. Thanks for watching. We're really sorry about the mistakes.
No, on a serious note,
Yeah,
it would have been fantastic to get Slayer of Kings off on him.
Yeah, I
Or
think
if you'd hand have dusted me.
next game we'll do a rematch. We'll try it again. Do
you know what really? I don't want to say spoiled it, because obviously as a Bonereapers player I would have done exactly the same thing, but actually moving the gash after you took them wounds, so that I couldn't get 2 full rounds of combat in against you.
That's really.
It's so good.
Yeah, definitely.
And of course you can protect the unit on turn 1 with it, and then even if they don't take damage, you put it on another unit in turn 2. And really, in turn 3, you could have 3 units with this 5 being no damage until you take a wound.
Yeah, I was. I thought it would be good when I was when I was looking at it. In effect, it is brutal.
Do you know what? As well, like that sorcerer, like the manticores aren't actually bad.
No.
They're not bad at all.
I think swings and roundabouts. I was saving quite well, but some of my attacks were quite poor.
Do you know what? Like, this is just the Slaves army that I had, and this is just the Bonereaper army that Lucy has. I think I'm absolutely going with more Varangard.
Yeah.
And as cool as Nagash was, you probably want to try some of the other Bonereaper stuff, don't you?
I do have a lot more that is very close to being done. I've got the Crawler, the Harvester, I've got a few different heroes. I did not really rate Kavalos, Liege Kavos.
Kavalos.
Yeah. His command ability is good, but no. Didn't really rate him.
He's 200 points.
Exactly.
But if you've got like a unit of 30 guard, for example, suddenly you go from 90 attacks to 120.
Yeah, this is brilliant. I love it just the scenery alone. Lose my voice. I love it the scenery alone, but each round, yes, he failed once, but still was brilliant.
It's good the fact you've got so much versatility with it, whereas a lot of the other terrain features are very limited. Like, don't get me wrong, the Maw Pot is brilliant for ogres. It's good, but it forces you to pretty much use butchers.
Yeah, the Flesh Eater's term on it's really good. Other than that, it's crap.
Useless after that.
Yeah, as soon as you use your command ability for free, it's useless.
So that terrain feature is really good. I am a little disappointed Slaves to Darkness didn't get one, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, I thoroughly enjoy that, and I think there's a lot of versatility to be had within the Slaves book, because depending on what you've got in your force, depends on what Chaos Mark you can give units and dish out the auras. For me, I went consistency with Khorne because it was reroll hits, reroll wounds, and Archon's extension to make it 18 inches. Like, it's hard to keep units wholly within 12.
Definitely.
But for me, as great as Archon was, the man of the match, even though he's now broken, is the...
Oh, definitely, the
that shrine. It was so good.
It for you now. Amy Throat's killing us.
It was so good. Like, the 6-up ignore damage is so helpful. The prayers, I'm going to have to glue that later.
Yeah. I was trying to show it on camera.
I know, but it's broke.
So?
It's the fact that you can get the prayers to just, reroll failed saves. The fact that the actual Sorcerer Lord just has that as well is bloody brilliant.
Yeah. Okay then, thanks for watching.